for a quarantine competition. 4 siblings are set to bring their very best to the Chonked kitchen. I'm your host, Tia Allen. Today we have a very special episode, so let's meet our worthy competitors. Up first, Chef Sarah.
Hi, I'm Chef Sarah and I am 18 years old. So there's this rumor that I can't cook even after 8 months of being on my own, and I'm here to prove everyone wrong. Objectively, Asian food's the best kind of food. That's the game plan today.
Next up, here's Chef Tia. Hello, my name is Chef Tia. I am the executive owner of Cooking Mama. My passion for the culinary arts started when I was really young and got this Wii game. And I learned over hundreds of recipes, and I'm here today to show that hard work really does pay off. I'm here to win. Bring it on. Next, we welcome Chef Mika.
Hello, my name is Chef Mika. I am a professional baker. And I accidentally signed up for Chonked instead of Cake Wars. But you can cook if you know how to bake, right? Anyone could cook. Gusto said that, right? I was gonna say something good, but I forget. Gusto, be with me. To make up my accident for signing up for Chonked, I'm gonna win.
Youngest, but certainly not oldest, we have Chef Peter.
Hello, my name is Peter. I am 12 years old and I have a bit of cooking experience with watching my mom cook dinner and eating at Tim Hortons and baking a cake on Minecraft.
Due to professional purposes, we are doing our competition in a bracket where the youngest face each other and the oldest go one-on-one. And whoever wins those competitions continues on to the final round. Each round will be an entree round that lasts 45 minutes. Our theme today is quarantine, so all of our mystery basket ingredients are from our home pantries. The contestants' dishes are judged on taste, presentation, and creativity. Joining us today are our famous Chonked judges.
Hi, I'm Judge Nathan.
And I'm Judge Heather.
My experience in creating culinary delights really stems back to my college years when my mom and I would make vast pots of chili and shepherd's pie, and I would freeze them,
Yeah,
and you didn't
I
even
fell
know it was
for
a
it.
frozen dinner.
I have no problem chonking people. I've tasted a lot of food.
But your food's the best.
No thanks.
The judges may or may not be related to the contestants. So, in order to avoid any biases, we will be presenting the final plates blindly. Hello, chefs. Hello. The mystery ingredients today are taken from our own pantries. Open them up. We have tomato sauce, Fruit Loops, raisins, and pure coconut powder. Your 45-minute entree round starts now.
Fruit Loops, tomato sauce I can work with, but Fruit Loops and coconut powder? What? So I decided to first chop up some garlic and I was gonna add that with the coconut and the tomato sauce. I just started panicking. After I started smashing all those Fruit Loops, I didn't know what I was doing. Now I was gonna tackle the coconut powder, and all the instructions were in Chinese. I saw some pictures though, and I think it said to add it into some hot water, so that's what I did. Peter didn't know that though, so the plan came all together. I would have the raisins and the Fruit Loops in a puree sauce, along with coconut powder and rice. I decided to add the berries and cranberries into the microwave and make a nice puree sauce.
It is what it is.
So my plan was to make this coconut tomato sauce, and I was gonna add that with some pasta. So I went back to the garage to try and find it, and I couldn't. And then I found it.
Good story.
I started cooking the pasta because I knew it was gonna take the longest time. I spilled half the powder. I hope that the coconut flavor still comes through. I decided to make a side of veggies that would be cauliflower and peppers because that's all that we had. And then I realized the rice! I walked back and it was foaming over and overflowing everywhere. I had to stir it to make sure I wouldn't do that anymore. So Peter was making rice in a really small pot, and I was making a lot of pasta in a really big pot. And he decided to take the double boiler. I was there first, but I was nice enough to switch. Now that I was waiting for my pasta to cook, I thought it was time to tackle the Fruit Loops and the raisins. Our family's a fan of fruit salad.
Fruit salad. Yummy.
But I forgot to cut the lettuce. So I decided that I'll just rip it with my hands because it's already in the bowl. Was it my best work? Probably not. Everyone was scared of my cutting. I began to saute my veggies with hoisin sauce and soy sauce. I warmed up my tomato sauce in the microwave because it was quick and easy. I also used my mom's chicken that we ate yesterday. Peter was using mom's chicken! That's cheating! What? I'm being resourceful. I overboiled my pasta. So I had to go fix that, and then I overboiled it again.
Another good story.
I'm going to move on to my sauce. Turns out that because I added too much oil, it started to literally deep fry the garlic. So I had to quickly cut up some new garlic. And right now I was at the 15-minute mark, and I was really scared. I was not ready at all. At the 15-minute mark, I was already plating my veggies and chicken. Then I added too much tomato sauce, so I just picked up a spoon and started scooping out the excess sauce. I plated the rice in a bowl shape so it looked pretty, but I tasted it, and it tasted not as coconutty as I thought, which is probably because I spilled half of it on the floor. I noticed that Peter was literally already done. I just need to add the pasta and plate everything. For presentation, I'm gonna add the salad on the plate and add the pasta around it and clean up the sides of the plate so that it doesn't look messy. All I had to do was finish my cranberry sauce. With the extra time, I added the 2 leaves of basil on top of my rice. And for a final touch, I added a little bit of dried parsley on top of the pasta.
3, 2, 1, hands up.
I'm so glad that I got everything on the plate. I was a little bit nervous. I feel really good. I'm glad that I got something on the plate before Mika.
May the best chef win.
Welcome, judges. So, as you already know, these are the mystery ingredients: Fruit Loops, raisins, coconut powder, and tomato sauce. We will start with dish 1 on your left. This person made fancy pasta, which has the tomato sauce and the coconut powder. This person made a salad with an assortment of fruits, including oranges, Fruit Loops, and raisins.
This presentation's nice. Where's the protein?
It's good still.
It's not a very balanced dish.
The coconut powder is just weird.
It's a hint of coconut.
Moving on to dish 2. Firstly, the rice is coconut flavored, and then we have the roasted chicken with cranberry sweet sauce.
Again, presentation's nice. It's supposed to be coconut flavor. I can't really taste the coconut. I can taste the coconut in that one.
This is very savory or sour.
They both have pros and cons.
Please give us a little bit of time to discuss these wonderful creations you both made.
Chefs, please leave.
I don't think coconut goes with pasta. I don't think the Italians know what a coconut is.
Yeah, that's true.
So this dish here, the vegetables were not quite done enough for me.
It's called al dente and
Yeah,
it's crunchy,
I know,
which
it's-
is good.
I know, this dish was a little bit sour.
I think we have
our
made a
decision.
decision.
When the plate is revealed, can the maker of this garbage dish please step forward? Whose dish is on the chomping block?
I was getting nervous. At this point, my heart was racing. There was no way to tell whose plate was on the chopping block.
It could be any one of us. Chef Peter,
You have been chomped. Judges,
Say, why are you talking?
This was a little bit undercooked. Unfortunately, Mom really liked the pasta. I mean, the other judge really liked the pasta. So unfortunately, we had to chonk your blanc.
I might have accidentally forgot the raisins in the sauce.
Chef Peter, you have been eliminated. Mika, you're passing on to the final round. We'll see you there.
I had a good one. I'm really proud of
No,
how
you
far
get
I
to talk later.
I'm grateful for this opportunity. I didn't think I would make it this far.
You made it to round 1.
I know.
Who do you think you are?
Yeah, I know.
to be honest, I wasn't really expecting this because I really thought that my dish was under the chopping block, but I'm very excited to go to the next round and win this thing. Hello, Jess. Hello. We are now on the older sibling round. Let's see what you guys have in the basket.
You have seaweed, baby carrots, capers, and canned water chestnuts. You have 45 minutes on the clock. Your time starts now.
I opened the basket and I saw water chestnut, which I had no idea how to prepare. It wasn't in any level of cooking mama, so I was really confused. For some reason, I just started chopping up the baby corn and the water chestnut. I had no idea what I was gonna do, but I blended them. I added soy sauce and I don't know why. I just decided it smelled good, so yeah, but blended it.
I was very happy with what I saw. Most of it was all fitting with the whole Asian food thing. I started just trying all the different foods to get an idea. So I started grabbing a bunch of things out of the fridge, thinking of different ideas of how to add some flavor into these things.
I see Sarah with a ton of ingredients all over the counter. I had to step up my game. I figured that capers went really well with salmon, mainly because I've only eaten them with salmon. I tried to look for fish and there was nothing, because this is quarantine edition. So I was still struggling. I scrapped that idea. I went into the garage and tried to find something to use. I picked up beans. I don't know why I picked up beans. I picked up skewers. I was gonna make a kebab. I don't know why I was gonna make a kebab.
Should I do a fried rice? Should I do a stir fry? I found the lettuce in the back fridge and thought, ooh, I could do a salad. Is a salad really enough for an entree? I knew I wanted to stir fry something because, you know, Asian food is superior. I wanted to use tofu because tofu is not appreciated enough.
And because Dad likes it.
I tasted what I had grind up and I realized it almost tasted like mashed potatoes. And then it hit me. I put back the beans, I put back the kebabs. I went to the potatoes. I peeled them. I've definitely made mashed potatoes before, but I don't really know how long it takes. So I was hoping that if I cut them really thin, that I could get them soft enough to mush.
When I took out the tofu, it was extra firm, but it wasn't pressed out. So when you have tofu, you're supposed to get rid of all the moisture by pressing out the water with like cans on top of it for at least 30 minutes or as long as you can before you actually use it so that it doesn't crumble apart when you're stir frying it.
I put my potatoes in boiling water. My mind went back onto the fish idea and I finally found tuna. I thought it could work with the capers. I mixed them together and tried it and it tasted fine. So I added it and I added mayo and I had my tuna done.
I started cutting the veggies and preparing the tofu. Then I quickly started frying everything. Put in the onions and the garlic. We didn't have any ginger. I couldn't find any ginger, so I ended up using ginger powder, which is good enough, I guess. And then I threw in the cauliflower and the pepper. And then I added some soy sauce for flavor, put in the water chestnut and the baby corn. And then as soon as I put those in, I realized that the cauliflower was not softened enough. And so I added some of the water chestnut water and then closed the pan with the lid.
So while I was waiting for the potatoes to finish, I grabbed some bread and I started preparing what would be my tuna sandwiches. I added the capers into the tuna and I went over to my potatoes and they were done cooking. I drained those and I started mashing them and I added my compote and also some butter and milk. I tasted it and it wasn't very smooth, it was very chunky. I should say chunky. I just started madly mashing it. I was stressed out.
There wasn't a lot of flavor, so I put in some fish oil and a bit more of the soy sauce. Because the tofu wasn't pre-pressed, I couldn't just add it straight in. So I took out everything, fried the tofu on its own with the soy sauce, and I realized I didn't use the capers yet, so I crushed up the capers with the garlic.
We had 10 minutes left and I only had 2 sticks on my plates. So I had to start plating. I grabbed a bowl and I put the mashed potatoes in them, seasoned it with a bit of pepper.
When I saw Tia putting in the pepper into her mashed potatoes, I took it from her and put some in my stir fry.
Get destroyed.
I grabbed the bread and I toasted them. In the tuna sliders, I put a layer of seaweed. For the garnish on top, I grabbed an olive and I skewered it, made it look great. So at least my presentation's there.
I realized I didn't have that much time, so I started washing the lettuce and hand shredding the lettuce, putting it on top of a large piece of seaweed. I added some lime juice and cilantro on top, then some bean sprouts for crunch. It needed some color though because there was a lot of green and yellow and white, so I looked in the pantry and found like this Japanese rice seasoning thing, and it was red with like sesames and other things in it, so I added that on top, but There was kimchi in it. I just added sesame oil as a dressing. That was my finished plate.
I took a look at my plate. It looked really bland and plain, and so I got some plain white sour cream. I didn't have much time, so that's all I could think of because that's the only thing that really works with mashed potatoes. I rushed over to the table.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We finished.
Hands off the dishes. Thank you, judges, for coming on again. We'll describe this first dish you have in front of you. This dish is fresh off the coast. A seaweed and tuna slider with the baby corn and mayo sauce, which is accompanied with a water chestnut mashed potato.
It's very good. Crunchy. I like it. Sour cream.
Oh, sour cream.
Very good.
I like the size of this sandwich. Just nice.
I can't really taste the baby corn anywhere.
What? I thought it was in there.
It might be. I actually quite like the seaweed in there. So yeah, this dish it's very good.
Moving on to the second dish, we have the hand-shredded tofu salad medley. Stir-fried tofu marinated in crushed garlic and capers, topped with bean sprouts, cilantro, lime juice, sesame oil, and shredded seaweed.
When I look at this, I wonder if I should just roll it up and eat it.
No.
Or should I use a fork to eat it? This is like stir fry almost. Tastes like a stir fry. But it's called a salad?
I don't care what it's called. It tastes good.
I would say for the seaweed.
I love the water chestnut in here.
What kind of oil did you say this is?
Sesame oil.
Oh!
Thank you for these lovely dishes. If you could just give us a few minutes to make a decision.
I think this one should get chunked.
What?
Yeah, chunked. That's right.
I think we've come to a decision.
a decision.
The dish is now under the chonking block. We will call the chefs back. When the plate is revealed, can the maker of this dish please step forward? Whose dish is on the chonking block?
I'm looking around, I'm nervous, I don't know what's gonna happen or who's getting sent home. I am home.
Chef Tia, you have been chonked.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming.
While the sandwich tasted excellent, we unfortunately could not really taste the baby corn or the water chestnuts, and for that reason, your chink has been chunked.
I know that Cooking Mama is proud of me. Good luck to the other chefs. This isn't the end of Chef Tia.
Chef Sarah, you're moving to the next round.
Hopefully if I stick with this whole Asian thing, it'll get me through the next one. See you later.
Hello, chefs.
Hello.
Welcome to the final round. Congratulations on making it this far. You may open up your mystery baskets. We have cashews, shake and bake, goldfish, and Guy Fieri's barbecue sauce. You have 45 minutes on the clock. Your time starts now.
Immediately I knew I was gonna make chicken strips with the shake and bake and the barbecue sauce. So my plan was to get some raw chicken and dip it in some milk with an egg and the shake and bake. But then I had the biggest brain move. I was gonna make cashew milk. I blended up some cashews and some water. I didn't exactly know how much water to add, so I added little by little and eventually got the perfect consistency.
First thing I did when I opened the basket was open and try everything. I knew that the sauce worked well with the beef, so I went back fridge and got some lean beef. That's when I had the idea to make bibimbap, which is a Korean dish. So I started cooking the beef in the sauce, and I didn't know where to incorporate the cashews with the bibimbap, so I decided to crush up and put it in with the beef once it was almost fully done.
I was gonna make a mixture of the egg and the cashew milk, dip my chicken in that and the shake and bake. After that, I went to town with the barbecue sauce. Goodness. Okay, I really wanted the chicken to be crispy and not soggy, so I added some more shake and bake on top. I put the chicken on the pan, but I forgot to preheat the oven.
I started to prepare frying the rice in the shallots and garlic. because the rice was the base, I thought it would be a better idea to just throw in the shake and bake with the rice. I cut up carrots and I had the spinach ready beforehand. Because the spinach was frozen, it was hard to work with. While I was preparing to fry the toppings, Mika ended up stealing my double boiler. I was gonna get a smaller pan, but it wasn't in the drawer, so I ended up using one of the bigger pots.
I had no idea what to do with the goldfish, and I knew I couldn't just serve some pieces of chicken on a plate. I had an idea, didn't know if it was really gonna work. Let's just make some cheesy mashed potatoes. Quickly ran and grabbed some potatoes and peeled them as fast as I could. Because I was gonna make mashed potatoes and add the crackers in, I really wanted to smash the crackers as finely as I could. Now that my chicken was in the oven and my potatoes were in the hot water, this is just a waiting game now. I was waiting for everything to cook. I needed them to cook faster. 15 minutes left and they're still not cooked. 12 minutes left and they're still not cooked. We're getting down to the 10-minute mark. I had a plan B for those chickens. I was gonna leave the chickens in the oven but take them out 3 at a time and cook them on a hot pan with oil.
All I had left was to make a beautifully fried egg. I was planning to put on some green onions and some sesame seeds, but we didn't have any. I cracked the eggs and I want to make a cheese egg so that I can incorporate the last thing, the crushed goldfish. As soon as I made the egg, it started sticking to the bottom of the pot. And then that's when they announced that there were 2 minutes left.
2-minute mark, I wasn't plated and things were going way too fast. I drained out the potatoes and started mashing them. I added the crackers and some cheese and the milk. I don't even want to show this to the judges because it's a big embarrassment. I'm gonna lose! I really wanted the barbecue sauce to come through, so I brushed some more barbecue sauce on the hot chicken and I quickly started to plate.
I started frantically plating at 1 minute. I was gonna make it nice and beautiful, individually placing things, but I ended up just using my hands and trying to make it look somewhat presentable.
My plate is just a blob of mashed potatoes with chicken. It doesn't look good. At this point, I'm just laughing. Tia was counting down from 10 and we were bolting to the judges' table.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I made it on the table just in time. But I still felt horrible because I knew I was gonna lose.
Welcome back, judges, to the final round. Here we have 2 dishes made with the following ingredients: shake and bake, Guy Fieri barbecue sauce, cashews, and goldfish crackers. We'll start with dish 1 on your left. This dish is a corn bibimbap. It has shake and bake garlic rice. There are also carrots, spinach, and cashew beef marinated with the Guy Fieri sauce. On top there is a cheese egg. Please mix the ingredients, because bibim in Korean means mix.
You can taste the Guy Fieri sauce. You can taste the cashews. Reminds me of the beef and bop we had in Germany.
Boy, if you don't.
Now move on to dish 2. Here you have barbecue chicken strips made with Guy Fieri's barbecue sauce and homemade cashew milk. And then we have a cheesy mashed potatoes with the fish crackers on top. Don't even try it because you know this dish is on the chonking block. Make sure the piece you eat is cooked. I checked, but there might be a mistake. Yeehaw!
That's really good. The crust is actually really tasty. Yeah, that's very good.
This is gonna be a hard one.
I like that. Mashed potatoes are excellent. They have cheese, and I can taste the fish cracker. You can taste all the different flavors, except maybe the cashews. But can you just give us a few minutes to decide? I'm like Cheaty. There's no way I'm gonna be able to decide this. I can't. This is gonna take like hours. Could you taste the Guy Fieri in both dishes? I can't really taste the goldfish there. You can actually see the cashew pieces in there, and you can crunch them.
We made a decision, and we're gonna have to flip a coin.
The presentation, this one wins.
Yeah.
Creativity, yes, this one wins. Taste is
They both
awesome.
got taste.
Depends
This
what
is
your.
why we have to flip the
It
coin.
If this one wins on creativity and presentation, then it doesn't matter which one tastes better.
There we go. We made a decision.
Yeah?
It's sad. Oh, I can't do this.
I thought it was gonna be easy to chonk me. Sarah's dish was gorgeous and it tasted amazing. My dish was hot garbage. I was gonna be chunked just because there was no vegetables on my dish.
When the plate is revealed, can the maker of this dish please step forward? So, whose dish is on the chonking block? Chef Mika, you have been chonked. Judges?
We actually felt that the ingredients were used better in this dish that we chonked, but the presentation and creativity was better in this dish. The final thing is that there was no vegetables on this dish.
I was chonked because there were no vegetables on my plate.
That's the only reason why it's chonked.
We could make a decision.
And that means, Chef Sarah, you are the chonked champion.
I do have to give it to Sarah. I think she deserves to be the chunk champion. She worked very hard and her dish was amazing. I ate all of it when the whole thing was over. It could have gone either way.
But it didn't, I won, so.
What are you gonna do with your $1 million?
Being a judge on Chonk gave me a newfound appreciation for food critics all over the world.
Definitely the finale was the hardest.
I don't know if on the real show, if they cut and then the judges are doing the same thing and then they just edit that all out. Probably they're great because they're experts. We're kind of
But we're very happy with all the chefs, and I would be happy to hire one of them.
Hey guys, thanks for watching that video. If you didn't already know, I'm trying to release a video every single month. So
what? Like and subscribe.
if you'd like to watch another cooking video, you can check it out right here.
You should put it in
Because you do like
eye bobble.
I don't know how the eye works.
I will teach you. Like my comment if you think you should do a mukbang.
I don't want to do a mukbang.
See you next month. No, I thought it was gonna be like see. The next one, you.
Thank you
For watching.
our video.
If
You
Liked it
share
with
your friends.
Yeah. See you next month.